Yo guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody. I am sorry for being a little bit late. I had an issue and still have an issue with Ninja Trader. Which does suck. I'm gonna be honest, it does suck. But yeah, welcome everybody to the live stream. I don't know how I'm gonna get this issue resolved. But yeah, let me connect to Tradeovate. So we got the account ready. Only one. It just suck. But yeah, good morning everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the top-down analysis in a few. I'll just start Ninja Trader again. See if the issue resolved itself, right? Let me input the password. Yeah, it throws up an error sign like it doesn't want to work. It's really weird. Like it does the Windows error sound, but yeah, okay, that's the different one. That's when I want to. Okay, I mean it's a Monday, right? Not everything is gonna go to plan. I gotta fix this before market open, because if I don't end up fixing this, we are just not going to be able to trade our PAs. So yeah, without further ado, I did send the top-down analysis in the Discord, right? The top-down analysis is there. I'm gonna go over it live. Yeah, let me see if this is gonna work. If not, I'm genuinely cooked. Like I can only trade it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ninja Trader is just not opening for me. Okay, cool. The top-down analysis. So what we have here on the hourly, as I said in my Discord, we still have this bearish structure, right? This is the low, this is the high, the low, the high, the low, the high, the low, right? And we're still in this range. I did end up taking a short just up here on this eval, on this 150k. I did end up taking a short going down because I did expect a rejection there, a small origin short, like it was a 100 tick trade, but overall price opened up on Sunday evening, right? It opened up, gapped down, filled the gap, and traded lower for 500 points, right? From that entry alone, we ended up taking out the protected hourly low. This is a protected hourly low, and now we are trading lower. We did end up tapping the SNDR, so the SND responsible for the break of the protected low. That's what we ended up tapping, and now we are trading lower, right? So our targets are the MM, of course, right? Top of the MM, the middle of the MM, and the top of the higher time frame MM, right? As we say, higher time frame always has more importance than lower time frame MMs, right? So with this MM, I'm just gonna consider the higher time frame one as more valid. Okay, so welcome everybody. We have a Monster energy drink with us today. Again, zero sugar as always. We are cutting, so caffeine is needed for the appetite suppression, right? I do have on this tab, I do have this open, right? This is oh, welcome Wingsa, welcome to the stream. I have Top Step X open, right? And we do have this combine, right? We are up 1 hour on this account alone. I did expect a rejection here, but it didn't happen, right? If you just go glance at the lower time frame, let me do that real quick. So the lower time frame, as you can see, you can see all of these swings, like lower time frame swings, right? Traded all the way up to here, which is the SNDR. Unfortunately, I missed the entry, but this is the SNDR, right? This is the 50. You would have entered on the 50, place your stops above the zone, and place your TP at the low of the zone. That's what you would have done. Of course, it took a long time because it was a high time frame entry. Delivered perfectly, right? As always. You also had a flip here which Rust mentioned. There was a flip with an SNDR. Tap the 50, right, and then traded lower. This is perfect. So we have market open in just about, well, shy of 5 minutes. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. It's Monday. I already got my workout in. Gonna do a second one today. Yo, Lapafa, welcome. Happy to see you here. Welcome, Anonymous. Welcome. Yeah, just a shame that Ninja Trader just does not want to cooperate today. I don't even know what the error is, right? I'll try to figure out. Let me just see on my laptop where the log files for it are stored. Ninja Trader log files. So maybe I can resolve this issue. So it's under documents and log. Okay. Let me do that real quick off stream. Just so I can see what kind of an error I'm dealing with Ninja Trader. It does suck, by the way. It does suck. Do you guys are your Ninja Traders working? Mine isn't. So yeah. You broke Ninja Trader, yeah, unfortunately. Yo, Ahmed, welcome to the stream, welcome. Unfortunately, I did. Okay, so yours is working. I think it's an issue on my end. And let me just see, what's the date today? It's 13th of June. Let's see what this log file tells us. This English log file. And nothing. Ah, lovely. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to trade Ninja Trader today. It does suck. It does suck. I can't do anything about it. Like as we currently stand, there is nothing that I can do. So if you guys, yeah, it's opening up the Apex Investing copier thingy, and then it just throws an error sound with no errors. It wants to open. I log in, it wants to open, but it just doesn't open. So oh yeah, let me check the trace thingy. Let me see, Ninja Trader 8, and we have the trace. Yeah. They should have the error inside. Loading third party. So it wants to open, and it just throws. Might be a faulty copier. Yeah, I wouldn't know. That sucks though. Go into documents, NT8, and delete everything in the DB. I'm not gonna do that because in the DB file there is the replay. Yeah, I'm gonna delete cache. But I'm not gonna delete the DB because it has the replay files. We don't want to delete those, right? Yeah, I know. I am using Tradeovate. But on Ninja Trader. So let me open up Ninja Trader again. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Oh, I'm doing amazing actually. Apart from that little mishap with Ninja Trader, of course it is unfortunate. We have market open in 1 minute. I have Top Step X open. I have the Tradeovate eval 150k. Yeah, there can be one instance I have to close. I have 2 accounts ready out of many, right? I had this throw the PC. I don't think it's a PC issue. But yeah, that's how I feel right now. I would. So as we said, there is a smaller time frame SNDR here. You could have, yeah, it's throwing out the same error. You can use this smaller inside zone for a better entry, like smaller, tighter stop loss, and still target the same 1-to-1. You have a lot of SNDRs here, so we have 1, 2, 3 SNDRs just in this tiny time frame alone, right? So yeah, I do have this MM for a potential tap, and a sweep. Yo, good morning, Russ. Good morning. Let me open up the Monster Energy drink. Okay. Sorry for all the headphone users. Okay, so the market opened. We are trading lower, right? We do have higher time frame narrative to go for it to go lower. So just on the top step thingy. Damn, he trimmed his beard. Yeah, I did. We do have a narrative for price to go lower, but overall, there are areas up above, like the MM over here, that we can tap and then go lower, right? With the POI also looking fresh. Thank you. I did the whole body because, and naturally, I think this is a little bit too much info, but naturally I do have high testosterone and it's annoying. Have you tried the Viking monster? I did. The Agartha monster, I did. It's nice. It's lovely. I did. I filmed the video, but I'm not gonna share it because it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice though. Let me just close out Ninja Trader for good. Until you know, I had this issue before with Ninja, where it just I took the sweep of 4:53 Eastern 1 minute zone, 4:53. Oh yeah, I don't know if it delivered though. Did it deliver? Wingsane? I don't know. This zone, 4:53. 53. Oh, you mean here? I don't know. I don't know if it delivered. But yeah, if it delivered, a lovely trade. If it didn't, what went wrong? That's my analysis. Double bottom here, so we could classify. Yeah, we could classify this as a double bottom, like instant W. Love to hear it. Let me just like my own stream. Yeah, so we have this MM up above, really nice. If the SNDR gets violated, we can see higher prices. Buy stopped 807 candle. Let me see the 807 candle. Ooh, let me see that. Let me see that. Oh, that delivered instantly. So 807, yeah, in one candle, just straight up. Watch out for the micro scalping rule. You might get cooked. Well, I don't think Bullanox has it, but really nice. Good job. Yeah, we're just stuck in this tiny little range. There is an origin, right? But just going over higher time frame always has more importance, right? This low, this high, we are in this big range. Would be a nice long if it was a smaller zone, like a counter trend move, but that's practically it. So I hope you guys agree with my analysis. I think it's decent. In the meanwhile, while I'm talking to you guys, I'll try to fix the issue with my Ninja Trader. So we said we are expecting the low. I can't put in a new lower high, but I am expecting the low to be ran. That's about it. Maybe if we get an SNDR, I will short it. Okay. Just so you guys know, I will short it. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's something to do with the API, as I'm seeing these files. Copy. There's no errors. It just dies. Lovely. Don't you love when a program that should be running, a vital program, just dies? No warning, just dies. Yeah. Nothing in the log files or trace files. So currently, I don't know if you guys have this, but there is an MM here. I don't know if I drew it correctly because this shouldn't be tapping. Yeah, something like that. If this continues to push up above from this current MM, you could eventually take the sweep right back into the zone, and it would sponsor a move. Now that sweep might be creating that SNDR to go lower, or that sweep might just be, yeah, creating that SNDR, double sweep, tap into that SNDR, and sweep it. I'm doing everything just to get this working again. I'm resorting to Google. Google's saying that I should reinstall it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Lovely. Lovely. So we are currently rejecting from this tiny little MM I have marked down below. And I think here. Oh, I sent out a message in general saying to get your energy drinks and evals funded accounts to blow copying me. And yeah, it was a joke. Of course, it was a joke. I hope you guys didn't do that. Of course, why didn't we just think of that? Just do OS reinstaller. Yeah, just buy a new computer. Have you tried doing that? That's how it feels like. Have you tried buying a new computer? What if I don't want to reinstall everything, huh? How about that? Let me open up this. Cool. We have YouTube Studio on my laptop. Cool. Is the 50 gonna deliver? The grand reveal, right? And the answer is yes. The 50 did deliver. So if you bought a funded account and copied this trade, you're up 1R. Congratulations. Hey man, does Tradeify Select have intraday trailing drawdown? It doesn't. I have the Tradeify Select account with Tradeify. So for all of you guys that full ported this long, I expect a 10% commission. Yeah, Tiga, Tradeify is really nice. I have the growth and select accounts. The growths are funded. The select account is on its way to being funded. But yeah, perfect. We already called a trade today. Well, a bunch of trades, but I wasn't there to take them. Do you guys have any fixes for ninja traders? Maybe I should open it with like an admin or something, because I really want to trade. Like if a setup presents and I'm not gonna take it, I'm gonna I don't know. Ninja trader. Let's run it as admin. So now we have the sweep, right? We have the sweep of the So you could expect a trade going higher, but where is your POI here, right? Where is your POI? If you have a POI here, that's fine. If you don't take the trade, right? Make sure with the sweeps that you always trade from a POI. Bro, their support is fucking with me. I'm sorry. Yes, move to trade of 8. I am on trade of 8. Oh wait, like oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, it's my first day at Tradify and my drawdown limit shows up as 4,800 111. Are you sure that's your first day? Like you bought the account today? Because it resets every day. Every single day. Like every single new day. Like it doesn't update the same day the drawdown. You have to have traded the account for it to change the drawdown. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the select account does not have trailing drawdown, but I will check because that's, I don't know, that's kind of shady. It shouldn't do that. It shouldn't do that. Let me see. The 50. Yeah, it only has the daily loss limit and the max drawdown, so there shouldn't be. Oh, it's trailing max drawdown, but it's end of day. So, yeah, it's trailing max drawdown, but it's end of day drawdown. Yeah, of course, you can DM me on Discord. It's trailing max drawdown, but it's end of day. So whenever you finish a day, it's gonna update, right? Whenever you finish a day. I got a little bit confused, but yeah. So this just looks like it's gonna rip through the entire zone, which is nice, right? So you can have that long. Let me see if there's an unmitigated area to the left that you could possibly use. Yeah, so you have this, which is the sweep, is a potential target. I always use that when it comes to targets. In the TDAs or not. Would be nice if we, with that sweep, delivered an SNDR and then went lower, like, yeah, something like this. Yo, Lazy Bones! Welcome to the stream! Yo, been a while, man. Welcome. Okay, select 50. I see, trailing max drawdown. I think he shouldn't be send me, wait, I hope you're okay with me saying this live, but Tigao, send me the individual, like, you know, when you open the account up and it shows the dashboard of the account, send me that. But yeah, my ninja trader isn't working. Lazy Bones. Man. Now I'm stuck. So this is no, I mean no, not that Tiga. If you click on the account, the dashboard of the account, not the orders. So we have this higher time frame low. If we do end up closing down below with a higher time frame candle, I do see a potential move coming from a potential SNDR this year, right? Yeah, it says that you already had. Yeah, I would contact support about that. That shouldn't be there. Make sure to go and contact support. It shouldn't be that. Oh yeah, I see, that's fine. Okay, contact support, definitely. Otherwise, wait for tomorrow. So you can see like what it is actually. There's a fractal here. I do expect a higher time frame closure here, and then possibly moving from the zone. But of course, that has to be a higher time frame closure. It shouldn't be a 1 minute, right? And as we observe this, if this gets mitigated, this area is a no-go. Yeah. So let me see, 15. Yeah, I would look for a 15. But on the 15, you have this. This is your SNDR per se. Let me see if there's a, yeah, or this fractal. Depends on what you take in backtesting, right? If you take fractals in backtesting, then it's fine, right? And you can take the fractal too. But if you don't take fractals in backtesting, then this would be a no-go. You would obviously wait for the zone up above. Let me see if this is gonna mitigate. Yeah, so this area is a no-go. Oh, and this area up above is also a no-go. It should be because it has mitigation to it already. So when it closes down below, I would look for this area to be mitigated and then possible trade lower, right? But that being a higher time frame closure down below. But yeah, Diego, I'm sorry about that happened. Showing up as one account that has already been traded. That's like, just keep trading, man. Keep trading your accounts. And I would suggest everyone to start filming their trades, like with OBS or something, because it can always go wrong. It can always go wrong. I have the stream, right? I have it all on stream, but it can always go wrong. All your accounts are NinjaTrader? Not all of them. So currently you see I have a Top Step account, which I do trade in individually, but I do have this Trade of 8 on TradingView. But yeah, all of my accounts are on NinjaTrader. With no closure down below, I wouldn't. Well, it did sweep the low, right? It did sweep that POI. You could end up seeing price go higher, coming from that MM sweep, right? Yeah, just please don't take any signals. if you backtested this, yeah, please take it. But if you haven't backtested this for a single entry, like, you have to do at least like 300 in order for you to take the setups live, and it has to abide your rulebook too. So I know I am a bit strict when it comes to this, but yeah, be strict to yourself too. You gotta, you owe it to yourself. Because what if I stop streaming? What then? Right? So we have these targets down below still. Yeah, that low is all the way down here, and this 50 is not drawn properly, and this is not drawn properly. So I do expect after a sweep of that, a tap to go higher, possible tap of the 50, and then sweep and go high. That's what I expect. And in the meanwhile, what I'll do is get my NinjaTrader trace file and send it to their support. I have a question about backtesting. Better to ask it in Discord? You can ask it here. Depends on how, if it's personal. If it's personal to you, then yeah, maybe I wouldn't. But if it's something that you feel comfortable asking here, just ask it. Yeah. I don't have a problem with answering any questions. You know that. We had a fire backtesting session yesterday, though. That was one of the best backtesting sessions that I ever had. We had 100% win rate. Can you believe that? 100% win rate. Like it's, I almost feel ashamed because it shouldn't be like that. It should be like 80, 70. Like we called each and every move. It was just absolutely crazy. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. I think I know what the issue is. Ah, those damn bastards. I had 30% win rate on my calls as usual. Hey, that's not. I mean, you don't have. If it trades, that was your usual win rate. No. It's you don't have to worry about a low percent. Yeah, it's the Apex investing thing. Let me see. Ledger Trader 8. Let me just install the new one. As it stands, I think it was the problem of Ninja Trader, the Apex investing tool. That was the problem. And I did something. Oh my god, I'm studying computer science and this happens. I've watched part of it to show my brother. I will watch it fully. We don't have a stream. Hey, it was such a fire session, so many bangers, right? With that entry, right, with that entry, it's all the way here, just so you guys know. The highest, well, lowest closing bearish candle. Let me just yeah. I think my Ninja Trader should work now. Sasha, though, my usual win rate when it comes to backtesting is around 80%. And I am really transparent with that. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. Let me try opening my beloved Ninja Trader one more time. I think there is an issue with the copier itself. But I really want that that copier to work. I mean Ninja Trader to work, because obviously I want to make money today. Oh, that delivered? Yeah. Depends on which we are talking about. Ahmed. Oh well, would you look at that? Oh well, would you look at that? The control center's up, guys. The control center's up. Oh, my beloved Ninja Trader. My beloved. It has opened. The gods have spoken. Ah, guys, I'm so happy. Even though I'm not probably not gonna get a trade, I'm so happy. Man. So no worries. No worries. Yo, Roro, welcome. Congratulations on being back. I hope you're doing much better. 80% is really good, and that was only backtesting session I've seen live. You can watch the other ones. I have them all on my channel. And you can watch them Like rewatch them. They are so amazing. Like, they're one of the best pieces of content that I have right now. Even though it's not like really compact, right? They're one of the best pieces of content that I have. The question is, oh wait, let me read it. Unfortunately, my internet isn't working today. Only go on my mobile. Oh man, that sucks. But hey, you always have that another day. The question is, the thing of what I avoid in backtesting is because the journaling always getting lost, and frustrated because of that. Is there a good method of journaling with? Uh, okay, a good method of journaling. Now, I'm really trying not to sell you anything, but I will go on. Let me see the Forex tester, the beta. Let me just show you something, okay? On Forex tester, if you go here, right? Let me open up my the stream, right? The stream, the market data. So what you can do with each trade, right? You have journaling right down below, and you have confidence levels. How confident were you in that trade? What kind of tags would you like to add, right? You can make a screenshot, and you have a checklist, an entry checklist. Look, TDA, entry rules, whatever. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's just something that's already implemented. Oh yeah, yeah. I can make a backtesting template, Lazy Bones. I can make a backtesting template. I don't have a problem with that. No worries. I will do that as soon as as soon as I get home from the gym. I'll do that. I'll get straight to that. No worries. I'll do that for you. No worries. Well, for you guys, right? But just to go over it while we're waiting for price to develop, what you can look for in backtesting, like a journaling checklist, is how confident were you in that trade? Of course, you no damn. No, don't worry, don't worry. What you can do is, what was the entry? What grade was the entry? Was it A, B, C, F? Right? After the fact, of course. You make the screenshot. You say, okay, did I follow rules? Is this entry a part of my rules? If it's a part of your rules, then okay, cool. You took it. If it was not, you kind of measure how many rules did it follow. Like your rule set. What was your rule set? Right? You look at, you try to get as much info from backtesting as possible. As much info, but I will get to that later in the evening. I have time. I'll do it for you guys. I don't have a problem, a slightest problem with it, because I want to help you guys out. I want you guys to succeed too, right? And you can also implement this in the Forex here, like in the checklist, or in the comments, whatever, right? Really nice. Really nice. Let me just open this. Let me see if there was a 15. Yeah, no 15-minute closure, nor a 5-minute. Yeah, 5-minute was there, but I was looking for the 15-minute closure, to be completely honest. And guys, that was the entry. The line there was the entry. If you took it, congratulations, you're up 2 hour now. 2 hour. Wink saying, did you actually? Nah, send it in the Discord. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. How much are the commissions in Tradeify, lol? Plus 66 shows up as plus 3 and support says commissions. Yeah, it should be. I mean, if you entered with 15 contracts, it's gonna be like $60 in commission, like 15 micros. Always lazy, don't worry. Wingson, I don't believe you. I don't believe you took that entry. But yeah. Really, really nice. It's what we thought in the backtesting sessions. It's exactly what we thought in the backtesting sessions. Let me see how many hours this is gonna deliver. Goddamn, it's already a 1.5. This is zooming. Goddamn. Heading towards that SNDR. Yo, that SNDR is not the cleanest, especially if you're looking at the higher time frame, right? It is a counter trend, and it was like almost mitigated. You know, have your own narrative around it. Take it if it's a part of your rule set. Yeah, trail. Oh man, such a beautiful price action. I was hoping for a. Oh wait, you mean that SNDR? Yeah, that SNDR would be valid if the 15-minute was there. I would have taken it. Yeah, I would have taken this. So yeah, you can get a rejection, right, off of this SNDR, of course. But the 15-minute didn't close, so it's not a part of my rules. So because no 15, yeah, for me it's a pass. But the 5-minute is still there. If you're looking at this as 5-minute structure, then go for it, right? But if I mean, take it if it's a part of your rules. I'm not gonna give you guys, actual entries to say the least. Maybe I would have taken that on an eval. I would have taken that on an eval. I'm gonna be honest. On an eval, yeah. I wasn't asking for a signal. Yeah, I know. It's a general rule of thumb that you're following the and this is me trying to give you some insights, right? If you want to have an actual rule set, look at the structure. Is the structure that the SNDR is responsible for, did it close below, right? Did the structure, for example, 15-minute that we have here, this is 15-minute structure, close down below here? Did it close down below here too? Wait, oh, that's a 5-minute, my bad. Yeah, I was like, oh damn. Yeah, did it close below, right? It didn't. So if it didn't close down below, we're not going to be looking for an entry on my PAs. On an eval, however, that's a whole different story. With evals, I tend to be a little bit more lenient on rules. Okay? Yeah, on evals, I tend to be a little bit more lenient when it comes to rules. I mean, because I can. It's just because I can. Because I invested so much time into these markets that I just feel comfortable, with certain PA. And if I feel comfortable with certain PA, who's there to stop me, right? And I am okay with a loss. If I take a loss on a dumb trade like that, I'm okay with that, right? I'm not gonna go blame the system because I took a dumb loss. Yeah, I mean, I took a loss. I mean, I guess it happens, Dumb trade, like, okay, no, I'm just saying, it's not a dumb trade. If it's a part of the rules, it's not a dumb trade. Never. Never think that, okay? Could be double bottom if not closed. Exactly, yeah. You could be trading against the double bottom if there's no closure down below. I said already when we wicked, when we came all the way down, that there could be a potential double bottom. But I really look forward. I thought you are supposed. Yeah, you are supposed to trade it. Yeah. Of the music right now, I do. Wait, it's 45 minutes into this, so it's James Meadow Concrete Miracle. Let me paste that in the Discord. I'll put it in off topic. I think it should be here. I think it should be this. But you are supposed to trade it the same way. Now, I have so much time in these markets that I can bend the rules. Like, I'm not gonna go into a spiral because of a loss that wasn't a part of my plan, because I know that triggers it. That triggers Yuji Monster. That triggers the spiral that you go into, doing buy sell sell, the over leveraging, the over trading. That's what triggers it. That's why I'm saying I don't have that tendency anymore. I don't have the tendency to go in the markets and win it all back. Yeah, I place the trade, and win or loss, it's the outcome, right? I'm okay with the outcome. But yeah, on the PAs, I trade strictly. So strictly. I mean, so strictly that, you know, sometimes I get what? One entry a week? Right? So I hope you understand that, Yuji. I hope you understand that. Yeah, sometimes you can bend the rules. Of course. So, what do we have here? On the 15-minute. If there's going to be a closure, I'm probably going to take that. If there's going to be a 15-minute closure down below that low, I'm going to take it. So there's 7 minutes left. In chart spam. Okay, let me see. No way. Hey, no worries for that signal. We got people making money on this. Ah, lovely. As you can see, MMs, they are kind of a powerful thing when you know how to trade them. There are rules from the beginning, and there are rules that you're learning and understanding what time. There are rules from the beginning, and there are rules that you're learning and understanding what time on backtest. What do you mean? What do you mean about that? What do you mean, lazy bones? But yeah, W trade, lazy. I gotta hand it to you. So let's go back to the 1 minute. To the 1 minute, we do have a small flip here, with that wicking down below. So essentially, what you can have is us trading all the way. Oh, that's a zero, all the way back into that range, tapping what, the 50. And it would be in confluence with that MM up above, right? It would tap the MM, do its thing, sweep the MM, tap the PY, and go lower, right? What a lovely, like, when I say with MMs that you can be wrong and still learn, well, and still be profitable, because you only got an entry all the way down here, and if you had, for example, some random ass MM marked, your entry would have been the same as the person that was marking out that MM, right? With MMs, you can be wrong, but it just has to be, there has to be an MM that's valid there. In my trading plan, I had to have rules from the beginning, but there are rules to avoid some losses that I learn just after a few losses. Yeah, exactly. You start to implement your own rules. Like, you see what the market is doing, and if a trade loses more times than it wins, like the same exact pattern, for example, that means, okay, let me just not take that. You implement a rule to specifically not take that entry. For example, a double bottom, right? When you're trading against the double bottom, shorting, what are you doing, right? That double bottom has an area to take out the high, and in backtesting, you're gonna see if you trade against the double bottom, you're gonna get cooked, right? Are you still with me? Oh, I forgot to mention. No new yeah. No news. No news Monday. Tomorrow we do have a shit ton of news. As I saw the calendar, I was like, whoa. So we have CPI 230, right? And we have Wednesday, we have core PPI, which is, and the Fed Chairman Warsh. He's testifying. So at 4 p.m. we're gonna have this news on stream, and on Friday we have nothing. And Thursday we have unemployment claims. So that's all the news that's gonna happen in that time frame. Okay, let me just open up this. Oh man, such a good feeling when you have so many funded accounts. Like, you just have to scroll. For example, the basic starting rules to trade it: market structure, narrative, zone, sweep, inside zone, SSTR, MSL. Yeah, that's the basics. And then you go into backtesting and you see, okay, this trade is losing. Why is it losing? Okay, it's because of that. Let me implement that rule that's countering that loss. Exactly, lazy bones. Yeah, that's exactly what you should do. Over the span of your trading, you're gonna see where your trade loses and where it wins, right? And that's where you can optimize the strategy, and that's where you're gonna get win rate. But yeah, as I say, win rate is only like 20% strategy and 80% you. So as long as you stay true to those rules, I think there's nothing to be worried about. This does seem like it has a little bit more bullish potential before trading lower. Let me just delete some of these areas. It's not confusing for you guys. But yeah, lazy bones, that's a good mindset to go into backtesting. You should definitely get the Forex tester online. Because it will tell you, if you're only starting out backtesting, it's gonna tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right in the analytics, right? And you have the trade statistics and everything, right? So make sure to get a good enough sample size on that. But yeah, as we said, we can get a rejection here at at 694. Oh, so the little backtest I did in the few years wasn't correct. Just backtest every time other rules, because yeah, you have to have the same. Well, if you're backtesting the same model, you should have the same rule set for the model. But in the span of that model, you will build new rules. trading that, you will build new rules. You're gonna see, okay, at 9:30 when I take that entry at market open, it tends to be a loss. Okay, let me not take that. Right? And you're gonna see, okay, maybe I can take more R. You're gonna see, okay, well, every time I take this entry, it delivers 1.5 R. Why shouldn't I just do a static 1.5 R? I have FX replay. I'm just had to ask before the new backtest challenge. I'm planning to myself. Yo, I want to hear about that backtesting challenge. I want to hear about it. Yo, there's so many MMs here. I do have like this little tiny zone here, but I would really love to see that one up above be the one that propels us. I will post. Hey, lovely, in the backtesting session, please. There's not a lot of people posting in the backtesting session, and it bugs me. It really bugs me. So as we said, if we're just looking at the PA, we have 1-2 swings, right? And this tapping can create the third one and then the fourth one. So long. Oh, the market just crashed. Yeah, the market just crashed. I wonder if it has to do something with Iran. Oh, I'm gonna love seeing these tweets. I'm gonna love seeing these tweets. Oh, there's gonna be so many people losing. Oh, there's gonna be so many people losing on the internet today. Let me see. Let's go check what happened. The Hormuz Strait is open and will remain open with or without Iran. What is he gonna do though? The Guardian of the... Yeah, so oil just shot up $1. We have oil. Yep. I mean, as it should be. Right? But yeah, god damn. That was a nasty move. What was that? 160 points. Yeah, I mean, Trump's doing the usual, manipulating the markets, right? And you're gonna see on Sunday, he's gonna be like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that, you know. I changed my mind. And then we're back at square one. Oh, man. Yo, Rust. It's the song. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. Did this tap the 50? It did. There we go. Purpose was to close 15 down before. Yeah, it still didn't. It still didn't put in a higher time frame and closure for us to validate. But overall, we had 2 trades already, right? We have this, which I think none of you took, and we had a sweep, right? And that sweep delivered. So we have 2 trades already. Let me just be clear. I myself didn't take this. I know Wink saying it, but I did give you guys the last candle. Let me see yeah, okay. The 15-minute looks Yep. It's almost creating, you know, that zone that we call the almost. Let me see the 5. Yeah, almost. But then we have all over the place, right? So when it comes down, you're just gonna be seeing, okay, this is tap the 50 and then swept tap that, you know. It's gonna be a lot of confluences when we come down to eventually mitigate them all, which is of course really nice, really nice. We still have that 694 level. Let me. This playlist would have been really nice without this song. I don't like singing. But like his singing. Double bottom on the second tap. We have a double tap too. It is, yeah. Well, we have a tap and a double bottom. Yeah. And yeah, this would be a valid It's just that we have a lot of here. So you can essentially take a higher time frame move going back into the range. And it would be perfectly with the rules, right? It would fit. And I did mark out that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 taps already. And that 4th tap is delivering that 1-to-1. And with that next tap, which you can see, is a sweep and a tap of the zone and then go higher. But it is a higher time frame zone, right? It's not a 1 minute zone. But at least the 5 minute. You can see a 5 minute sweep and then go higher. Bro, this dump put me minus 300 to plus 200 each. How did that happen? How did that happen? You see, I hate Trump doing this on market open, like when it opens, because that's when most of the traders are trading, us retail. Can't he just wait until market close? Well, you should have profited. You should have profited then. Oh yeah, you did. You profited 500. Oh damn! Congratulations, nice, really nice. Love to see people making money, man. Oh. Lovely stuff. So you can be done for the day, right? $200 on the day. That's a perfectly reasonable stop. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. As we currently speak, the stream is being recorded. And it's recording everything, so... wasn't the second shorting on lower... Yeah, and OBS is for that too, yeah. Wasn't the second shorting on lower time frame origin was not a good setup, but Trump helped me. Yeah, you better be done. Lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff. I would advise you to go to the 1 minute. But that's just, you know, one poor man's opinion. This is still wicking heavily. This is wicking heavily, that and we are rejecting from that higher time frame. M1 only for me now. Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect. Love to see it. You gotta follow those. You gotta catch yourself in that moment when you want to break them, and just not break them. I know it sounds a little dumb in a sense, but when you catch yourself in that queue that you want to break rules, just don't. Just go do something productive, you know. Let me see what oil is doing. CL. Oh yeah. Of course it shot up. Back to NQ. So we still have that up above. with that wicking, right? We can see a retracement here. I'm not so confident in that anymore. I do see that high being swept. On the 5-minute, if you was looking at the 5-minute, this is the origin, still unmitigated. So you can essentially trade this, but this is not financial advice, this is just an origin. Yeah, these are the levels that I'm expecting price to tap. Definitely, these are my targets, especially because of the wicking. And I said in my TDA, right, I'm not going to be taking any longs. Yeah, maybe that one on the top step, maybe that one. It looks like a nice long though. Looks like a really decent long. We are trading higher. We are nearing that zone. This is not a valid swing, but with not valid swings, man, how do I take scalps with micros? You go to minis. If you're trading that many, like, what is the size? If it's divisible by 10, just go on minis and just risk less. Yeah, 5 micros. Yeah, how many accounts are you copy trading and which firms? I am copy trading Apex. I'm copy trading Apex and Tradeify. With Tradeify, I currently have the max allocation. With Apex, I have also, I think it's like 5 or something. Yeah, and I have a top step account that I just bought, and the top step is a combine. Really good firms, really good on payouts. Apex is good on payouts. I haven't had a Tradeify one. We'll get to that soon. Yeah, Tigao, I don't think... Yeah, what kind of moves are you taking if you're... Like, how many trades do you have? Because that's insane. I don't see that being a problem though. Like the commissions at all. Like I know on one trade with 5 micro it's like $20. Depends on what you're aiming for. If you're aiming for $100, maybe you should go to the 1 minute. Yeah, 10 to 15, that's really low. Especially on 5 micros, that's what, like $50? Yeah, I think you should either go to the M1, have larger targets, than be on the seconds, because on the M1 you're not gonna have 10 to 15 take. Like this zone, let's just take this zone as an example. This zone alone is 43 points, right? 43. That's a lot. I think you should up the time frame. So we are currently tapping this SNDR, but the way this is forming, it may just melt through the entire zone. Like butter. Like butter. Every failure of my life could be explained by seconds. Yeah, seconds time frame is Yeah, you fail a lot on the seconds time frame, especially the frequency, right? If you're not following rules, the frequency is bigger, and you're just not following rules, but more. So you have more trades that aren't by rules, and then you're just, cooked. Never should have seen top level DTFX trading. Yeah, with Dave and I know Shaz and people, they were really good on the seconds, right? But that's because they had good awareness, like higher time frame awareness. If you have higher time frame awareness, then it's fine. You won't have a problem. But if you don't have higher time frame awareness, it's really tough to trade on the seconds. Yeah, you have your models everywhere. Like, models are gonna be there left and right. They're gonna appear, but is it following higher time frame narrative, right? Is it actually tapping into something on the higher time frame? They've always said on the seconds, go see if it's tapping a higher time frame. Not on the seconds, but also on the 1 minute. Go see if price is actually tapping into something on the higher time frame. If it's not, then that trade is cap. You should always have a higher time frame POI that you're trading from. $16.32. Okay, it's 10:32. 10:30. Now it's when you guys should start trading. Now it's when the price action is the cleanest. At 10:30, I used to have a rule: never to trade before 10:30. I always waited for the market to turn 10:30, right? And then I started trading, because why? Price action was the cleanest then. And that still stands. So we are wicking, and we are rejecting from that higher time frame With that said, this zone, I think, has a low likelihood of delivering. It still can deliver. It's just where we are right now is not so optimal, but it can deliver. Sometimes I feel trading London, Asia could be better. Yeah, I do trade London. Believe it or not, not today though, but I do trade London. Whenever I'm doing cardio, I'm on top step X and trading view. I'm looking at potential setups. So Trump is sleeping at that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a good strategy, man. A good rule to have. But DTFX does work on every single time frame, so that's really neat. DTFX works each and every hour of the day. It just as a heads up, we are ending the stream at 11:05 a.m. Just as a quick heads up. The London price action today, especially, has been really good. As you've seen, I posted this SNDR. I posted, I think it was, let me see, I think it was an MM. I posted this that delivered. Like everything, like pre-market, you can trade. Essentially, you can trade because it works the same way. Market structure works the same way each and every hour of the day. So if you just implement that, you should be good to go. Profitable, right? That's why I love DTFX, because I can just go to the gym and clean as well. Exactly. Clean. It's clean PA. In London, but sometimes in London what you're gonna have is you're gonna be waiting for 5 hours for nothing. Right? Price is gonna be, for example, you had this entry and price is gonna do this and it's gonna come up take hours and hours and hours, and then maybe go down. And then New York is gonna hit it, right? That's the only downside of trading London. Literally the only downside. It sometimes just takes a long time to deliver. I have some chill music here. Trading. But yeah, that second sweep, as I say, here on the this was the first sweep that delivered, right? And the second sweep, what usually it happens, it comes up to the high that the second sweep delivered. I don't know if that makes sense, but that high, the second sweep delivered, well, the first sweep delivered, it usually comes up to sweep it. Something to backtest, right? Yeah, and then I go seconds because I'm impatient. Yeah, just close the Ninja Trader then. If you see yourself going to the seconds, just or trade evade, just close it. Whenever you see, create a program with AI that automatically detects when you go to the seconds time frame and just straight up shuts down the computer, deletes system32 files. Yeah. Just deletes the entire OS, wipes the computer clean of everything. No, I'm serious though. Implement a rule. Whenever you go to the seconds time frame, make sure that you catch yourself and stop yourself. Because yeah, one day you're gonna be winning, but one day you're gonna be losing a shit ton of money. So, right? What's better, losing or winning? Bye, Felicia. Yo, Rush. Did you talk about that SNDR? Oh no, wait. I don't know who was talking about that SNDR. I think it was Rust. We are currently dumping to that TP. As I said, I would have taken it on the eval. But only on the eval. Still has not delivered yet. Second time frame, losing while winning and winning while losing. Exactly. Exactly. Boom. Try to limit yourself. I did ask about it. Okay. Okay. But this still didn't deliver. Just to be clear. This is still ongoing. Hey man, the bottom zone you've marked, why not the bigger zone beside it? Okay, when we say the bottom zone, which bottom zone are we talking about? Which is the bottom zone, right? Is it the that we're talking about? Or is it on the left? Oh, you mean this? You can. Both delivered. And the bottom one, you see, that's why I say, with MMs, as long as there's one valid one in that, you know, in that nest, boom, you have yourself a profitable trade. As long as there's one valid one, right? But I marked it out because I liked it the best. And because it's the zone at the top of the range. I think, wait, is it? Yeah. But yeah, as I said, like, you can mark out any MM and you see this delivering, like, to the tick. That tap to the tick. Bam. There goes $500, whatever you risked on it, right? The big one has 50 was not tapped. Really? The bigger one, I think it did. Let me check. Let me snap it. Here and here. So this is snapped. And the 50 has 48975. Remember that number, 48975. And the 50 here was 48850. So it did tap. by 1 point. I'm glad you're asking questions. That means you want to learn, right? I'm glad. Keep asking. Keep them coming. I have all the answers in the world. As I said, I would have taken it on the eval. I mean, it's delivering. It's delivering, okay? And it delivered. What is a fractal? A fractal is an IFVG on the yearly time frame. Boom. Straight net. But as I said, I would have taken it on the eval. Who knows? Maybe I did. Exam passed. Nah, that was a straight air ball. But yeah, hope you guys are taking signals because this is the third one. You're already up 3R. Hope that funded account, yo, like 3 more trades and we have the PA passed, right? Ah, lovely, eh? It really is. Are my signals actually that profitable? Could someone theoretically, I'm not saying any of you, but could someone theoretically just go take the levels that I have on stream and just trade them with like a static risk? I wonder what win rate they would have. I wonder what win rate they would have. I think it would be like high 80s. Say no more. Yo, Rust. That's an airball. Yeah, but theoretically, right? Because all of these levels are delivering. I have yet to see a level that hasn't delivered. Yes, theoretically, if they knew all the ins and outs of what we do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm only profitable on MWF. Did bro just say Molotov? But yeah. No, that has me. That gif has me dead. But this and the R delivered. It could theoretically work. I'm gonna ask Marshall. I'm gonna give him an account. I'm gonna give him an account for him to trade, just based on my signals. And I'll buy the account, and I want to see what kind of win rate the account will have if he's gonna pass it. That's gonna be interesting, right? Because Marshall knows the ins and outs of the DTFX, I'm pretty sure. So with us trading from here, we are also tapping into the 50 of the previous swing. I wouldn't get too caught up in this. And yeah, we can still deliver that 1-to-1. Just the PA alone here is a little bit wonky, I'm gonna be honest. That SNDR obviously not the cleanest one. But yeah, it did deliver though, didn't it? And obviously have levels up above that we still have yet to tap. And this MM, as we said, we have at least 2 more taps and then it goes higher. At least 2 more taps. So how are you guys doing, huh? Did you guys take any trades yet? Did you copy my signal? Live execution channel. We see Marshall silently move over to TFX. Plus 1 hour, plus 1 hour. No. It's, you know, you can have losing streaks. I can have botted into a lap. Yo, no. It's we can all have losing streaks, right? They happen. They are. If you think that you're not gonna lose like 3 times in a row, then you're as delusional as me, but not in a good way. Because you can lose, like you can lose 5 times in a row and still be profitable. It's just, you know, sometimes the odds are just not in your favor, right? You're gonna have plus 1 hour, and then you have minus, and then a plus, and then a winning streak. Bro's going to the gym alone. No, don't worry. I love the guy. Then you haven't done any. Yeah, 3 L's is nothing. I don't know what was my most like consecutive loss streak, but it was something along the lines of 5. Yeah, I think it was 5. How long does the Tradeify dashboard take to update? Yeah, so for the Tradeify dashboard, it's you click the refresh button and then it but it's end of day. There's a little refresh button on the top left of your screen in the journal that you can click and then refresh the page and it updates. But end of day usually, after the market closes. You guys enjoying the stream? Man. We have alien areas delivering, sorry. Bro decides to go full margin on signal. Yeah, going full margin is not a good idea, but a good idea would be maybe to do 1%. Just to see. 1%. That's a reasonable risk. The SNDR delivered 2R? Really? Yo, look at that. Okay, I created a new tab again. But yeah, that's crazy. Lovely. With the SNDRs, I don't know what Zil did here. Yeah, I haven't reflected my day to the end of day. Yeah. It's end of day. Let me see how Zil. Yeah, with Zil here, look, stops right on the top of the zone and delivered the BE level. Risk 10 if I had discipline. Yeah, me too. Wait, I did. I think I did risk 10%. But then I withdrew everything. I risked 10 on a live account, trading MMs, on a broker, on an offshore broker, trading CFDs. And the problem was not the risk, but the spread. If you're going on M1, like right now it would be fine because what, the slip is 1.3 points maybe, but back then it was not fine. The slip was, well, the spread was like 1/3 of your zone. Not ideal. Not ideal. You're live on one, yeah, exactly. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, of course. And I'm gonna have wait, I have to remember this. So, oh, hold on. Lazy Bones, make sure to remind me end of day to create that backtesting template, okay? I will on Sunday. You forgot Sunday. And Lazy Bones, yes, please remind me to do that because I will do it. It just, I may forget. You know, I'm a forgetful human being. It happens. Hey, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Yo, the backtesting sessions. I don't think we're gonna stop doing those. I knew they were gonna be good, like in terms of the knowledge and stuff. But damn, like there's so many gems. Forget for human being human. Yeah, it is. It is part of being a human being. Yeah, I I try my best, but could you list the things you need to see in order to take a trade on the funded? Of course. So if I was, there's only one thing that's missing here, and that's the 15-minute closure. The 15-minute closure, I would have taken this on the funded, but with no 15-minute closure and only the 5-minute, because this is a 15-minute swing, then I would have taken it. Yeah. Yeah. Is an MM stronger than an SNDR? Oh, that's No, I'm not taking down the backtesting sessions. Is an MM stronger than an SNDR? An SNDR can be an MM, but an MM cannot be an SNDR. Right? It's the same swing. In just raw price action, it's the same swing, right? For example, here you have this swing. This is an SNDR. It can be an MM, right? But an MM with multiple mitigations. Well, now that I think about it, it can. Like they are the same strength. It's just the MM provides more entries. The MM provides the tap, right? The 2 taps, and the sweep. But with the SNDR, what you have is the 50 above the MM. Yeah, I mean it looks good. Yeah, I would say it looks good too. I am looking forward for that MM though. I wouldn't count on this entry. But yeah. Dixie. I am Dixon Owens. Love the name. Could sweep and tap the bottom of the MM. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Yeah. Wait, where was that? Yeah, MM being stronger than the, yeah, they're the same strength. I can't say that one is better, but in terms of pure entries, the MM is better. Yeah, but in terms of simplicity, the S and the R. They're essentially the same things when you just like dig deep, right? They're the same things. So guys, you have any more questions? 50 played out twice. Oh, it did. Oh, lovely. You see? An SNDR can be an MM, in fact. Ah, lovely. You got any? You guys got any questions? I'm checking with the CTO. I think it's the CTO. I don't know. About the futures coming out of Forex Tester. It should be today. I haven't received any news about it, but yeah, today was the date that the futures are coming out on Forex Tester, right? Let me just check. So we have futures. Yeah, I'll see. I messaged the guy, and I'll get to you guys in the Discord, in the general. Okay, I will get to you guys because this shouldn't really happen. They said it was gonna be today. It's going to work out 50 times now because I'm waiting for the sweep. Yo, Attack, can you send that can you send that into the DTFX chart spam? I think Tigao, yeah, Tigao. Can you send that into DTFX chart spam? Why don't we look at the bottom? Let me go copy image and I'll paste it here. I can't paste. But he essentially asked why not the bottom and why the top, right? I'm gonna just go to the 5. So in terms of price action alone, this is a 15-minute, almost, yeah, an hourly, right? If we go to the 1 hour, is that zone even there? On the hourly, there's at least a fractal here, right? At least a fractal, and that's the only zone that I would really consider. But on the 15-minute, it's a really nice zone, and this just looks like a fractal. You gotta correspond. But what you mean futures coming today? You didn't back this yesterday? Yeah. I'm on the beta, and they are coming. They are coming. Yeah, I know, Rust. I'm gonna have a conversation if they're not gonna roll out today. But yeah, essentially, you don't want to look at like small zones for higher time frame breaks. This is the bigger zone, right? This is the bigger zone. I don't know how else to frame this, but yeah. I hope it's just the higher time frame, right? It's the higher time frame zone. This one. And I unfortunately missed this entry. I would have taken it. He's the ICT. Yeah, I looked at the SDR at the M5 and thought it was valid, and I shorted. Oh yeah, okay. If you look at the M5, but the structure is the hourly, right? This is the larger structure. And you're taking a small zone here. Yeah, it could work out, but I'm always looking for the bigger one. For example, here, if we take this zone, like why didn't we take? Let me see. Why didn't we take this small zone here? Yeah, it did deliver, like it can deliver, but I'm looking for a zone at least big enough, right? In terms of just price action alone to take. If it's a really small zone, I tend to not take it because I know that it just maybe belonging to the lower time frame. I want the zone to be belonging to the time frame of the swings, right? Of the break. If the break is a higher time frame break, I want a higher time frame zone. Yeah, people could be eating from my trades. Yeah, I know. The zone is valid if 3 TMF above with the last 3 times frame above. Okay, you're trying to have a mechanical approach, and I respect that. But a mechanical approach would be just match the zone to the time frame. It's not about how many time frames, it's just matching the zone to the time frame, okay? If you have a 15-minute swing count, 15-minute, make sure to match the zone to the 15-minute. Right? Look on the 15-minute. If you just took this structure at the 15-minute, the protected low was broken, closed below, would you have taken the zone on the 15? Obviously not, right? Would you have taken that zone? Okay, maybe, yeah. Yeah. Match. It's playing match. Matchy match. You know, look at the shapes. Match the shapes to the correct holes. Just match the time frame, right? If it looks off, it's off, right? If it looks off, it's off. And you're gonna get. Trust me when I say this, but in backtesting, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. It's not something that you can't learn. It's something that you have to see over and over again. Right? I know it's tedious for me to say this, especially if you already backtested this, but going over again, another iteration, it can be helpful, right? It can be helpful. Maybe I could see a potential short here. Let me see. Yeah, from the origin, it's gotta lock in for a second. Okay, I can't for the life of me. So that's what, 132 ticks. That's 6 micros. Why can't I limit? Do I need the DOM to do that? Man, I hate this. Let me do DOM. Okay, I can. Okay, it turns out that I do not know how to use. Okay, that I do not know how to use the top step platform at all. Let me see for a potential short. I would backtest exactly like 3 videos you have created and compare my analysis to yours. What do you exactly mean by that? MNQ. Let's go to MNQ. Let's do an OCO. Let's do 5, 6. Can I? Okay. What if I just copy this? How do I use this, bro? I hate this platform. What did I do now? What am I doing? Man, sorry for to be party pooper, but it's time to work out. I know it's time to work out. I know, and I'm still trading. Marshall said he's gonna tell me when to come, when to start. I'm still trading. I'll put a limit order up at God knows where, 76775. 76775. Now I have to go with 76775. How do I do this? How do you guys trade this? How do you set limit orders? I can't even I don't know, man. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But Ahmed, what do you mean by backtesting time? Oh, limit. I can just do that? Yo! Damn. 76775. 76775. I can just do that? How do you do this? Yeah, the origin, yeah. I do not know how to trade top step. And it shows. Damn. Oh yeah, I can do the sell 76775. Oh. Okay, now that's better. That's better. So I'm gonna leave this here. For any of you guys wondering, yeah, it's the origin trade, yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be probably it in terms of yo, Rust, you always come in with the craziest gifts. I love it. Okay, so did you guys have enough info for today? Did you guys enjoy this session? I certainly did. Many more to come, right? Many more to come. But you are risking exactly $400 on this. Oh man, it was a lovely session. We did call like 3 trades. 3 trades, yeah. And this would be the 4th. I'm actually taking this on the top step account. Cool, lovely. I learned a lot. I hope you guys did too. I'm gonna slowly end the stream here. We're gonna see each other on Wednesday at 9:15. Wednesday is gonna be really crazy because we have a lot of news. Have a good profitable week. Exactly, guys. Have a good profitable week. Make sure to follow rules tomorrow. I will post the TDA. I will post the chart analysis and everything. Okay. So you guys are not left in the dark. I'll always be here. If you ever need anything, you can always message me on Discord. Okay. Yeah. Without further ado, I love you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great rest of the week, guys. Bye bye. Take care.